Okay, so you look at these two pages that I've been mentioning. So in yesterday's question, which are all quite comfortable, you'll notice that they have part A and B. And part A that's provided has been very helpful because it tells you, given the information like this one here, 10 degrees in 2 minutes. They ask you at this rate, what is the increase of temperature in 7 minutes? Well, this question doesn't have a part A, part B. But it helps you by saying, at this rate. So it tells you, okay, I need to look at that rate first. 1 minute is equivalent to 1. Then from that, I go to 7 minutes, which is the one that's question in the answer. As you can see, the working steps clear? Very clear. Then a few more examples. You'll notice that all the examples using the similar steps, like this one here. A factory produces pens in this amount of minutes. At this rate, how many pens does it produce in an hour? So again, very similar question at this rate. So it gives you the clue that I need to find that rate first. Quantity number 1, unit of measurement number 1. Quantity number 2, unit of measurement number 2. Even when 10 is not a proper unit of measurement, they bother to write down tens. Why is that so? It's so that you remember your process. So when I'm doing the exam paper, I do already, I'm like, okay, I got some time to check. I look at my working, I'm like, why is 521? Then you look, oh, I wrote down 10. Let me check this with this. Is it correct? The I transfer correctly. So clear working steps are very important to help you to be able to make sure you are solving correctly, you can check effectively. See the steps here? That's why we have been working on. Okay so far? Okay, Then there's this new step break portion, which looks like, for example, the postage here, which looks like the next one here in your textbook, things like the parking charges. Nowadays, there are things like automatic systems that people go in charge park the car, park their vehicle. They never really quite need to look at this anymore. Long time ago, back in your father's or your grandparents' time, they're going to tear these little bonds. There's dates and times written. So for every like half an hour, you got to pierce through that little coupon sheet to pay parking. So usually they sell it in stacks. I don't have it anymore. Long time ago I used to do that. Now they are all they no longer doing. Yeah. Yeah, so you buy a stack of the coupons. After that, when you're like, let's say I reach a place and park, then I have to tear out one coupon and then I punch the holes to say today is what day, I'm parking at what time, for how long. Then after that, I'll take the coupon that I put on my vehicle, can be a car, lorry, or motorcycle. You put it at the front windscreen, and then the person will come and check. Nowadays, they don't do that anymore. Nowadays, they are like apps, the parking app or the gantry. And you just auto deduct money. You just put the card. Yeah, just put the card in the device and then you eat your money up. It's just like you go to canteen, some of your friends are just sitting the card and then you go to the restaurant, and you don't really know how much you're paying for. Then why is it important to know this? You need receipt. But it's not just the receipt part. Actually, yeah, that's like really the main thing. Okay, clearly I'm not the richest person in the world, such that I don't have to care about how much I pay for things. I need to know. Then I realized that when nowadays parking has gone quite expensive. Like GST has gone up. So even our taxes now, the GST is wrongly written, considered wrongly, because now GST is how many percent? 9%. Oh, our friends don't. Some of our friends don't because they don't pay for things. Their parents usually pay. But that 1% difference makes a lot. So your textbook is writing a different percentage of the are. You are the last one who's going to use this text. Next year onwards, we are using a new text because the world has changed. I wonder if you are ready to keep up the change. So back to this. This proper knowledge. You don't have the knowledge, then you'll be paying without thinking. Because I'm a math teacher, I try my best to save some money. When I go to different places to park, I'll check first. And you realize that if you really don't go and check, if you really don't go and think, you really count on the system to automatically, you really lose a lot. Because I think the people who try to and they Panavika, assuming the role as a parking attendant, earning money from the parking device, will be different from a person who is paying for it. So as a parking attendant receiving money from all the vehicles who are parking, of course you'll be like, I want to charge more. People pay me more for their parking. Happy. I just sit there only. Sit there and then so time park car. I don't need too much. Then after that, give me the money for putting the car there. See a parking attendant quite a good job, you know. I don't have to do anything. I just charge parking. Hey, come here, put your car here. Okay, hey, money. You wanna park at my parking lot, right? Money. I just. Then I will try to see how best to charge you. So let's say Achilles that day, he thought that the bubble tea, cheapest bubble tea was $1, right? But actually the truth was it's between $1 to $10. Yes. Yeah, but he gave what? And yeah, $1 yes, you can afford, you can afford. Okay? And he drinking happily. Okay, time to pay. Yeah, $5. $9. You cheat my money? How about $9? I thought you said $1 to $10. Yeah, well, $1 to $10. I never like I got lie with you, man. You remember what $1 to $10? Now is 9 between 1 to 10? Yes. Then you so that is why this knowledge is still important. Even though you say I already go for it. But this part is very hard to calculate. So I'm going to skip this first and go to the one level down, less difficult part. Which is here. From this. Yes. What's the title for this? Finding number of units. So this is the next part. So we are finding rate, finding total, and now finding number of units. One good part about this portion is you can use a calculator. Okay. One not so good part is, can you see this? Like this. How many of you feel, oh my god? Okay. So first you see question, okay, can use calculator. Oh. Okay. Now let's look at this. Why is it that there is fraction and why is it that I need a calculator? For this question, it already introduced all the, I think, easy examples. Okay? So I write an even simple example on the board. Okay, like a rate, okay? So we have one cup, $2. One cup, $2. Alright? Alright? 5 cups. How much? $10. So this is the easiest rate example. 2,000, 5,000, right? Correct now. Right? Then previously the question will be asking you given the rate, find total. So this is total. So now the question changed. The question is now telling you if I have $20, how many cups? Easy still, right? If I have $20, how many cups? 10. Why so easy? I can immediately say out the answer. Because the numbers are nice, I can just divide these by $2 per cup. And then I'll get, so it's 20 divided by 2, it will give me 10. Very nice and easy number. But now look at this, just now it's 5, right? Correct? Now it's divided. But where's the divide here? Do you see divide? Where is divide? Where? No, I said here, don't have to be divided. Where is the divide? The fraction value. The divide is in the fraction. So I change it. Instead of answering like that, I change it. So instead of 1 cup is $2, I ask you, so $2 give me 1 cup. $1 how many cups? Half a cup. Where's the division? 1 divided by 2. Can you see that? So just as 1 cup is $2, so 5 cups is 2 times 5. So instead of putting cups in front, I put a dollar sign in front. So $2 is 1 cup. So if it's $1, how many cups? So it's half cup. The rate has become half cup per dollar. You understand? But where's the half happening from? 1 divided by 2. Bring back the idea of division of fractions, the fraction now being division. Yes. How does half cup work? But will you be able to buy that? Not really. But can you recall that's why the day I asked you $1 how much, how much of the boba do you get? Yeah. So that's the idea. So if you look at the example here, the example here says Peter types 50 words per minute. How many minutes will it be to type 150 words? Usually we're right. 1 minute is 50 words. But now we reverse it. We write 50 words is 1 minute. So 1 word is how much? 1 word is 1 divided by 50, that's 1 hour. If I write 1 divided by 50 times 150, is it acceptable? Answer yes. Then multiply by 150. So this is the steps for finding units. Here's another example. And then you look at the next page. Here's another example. And you see this example, 14 over 140. Is it easier than finding out the decimal for this? 14 divided by 140. If I even do 14, I can't even do 14 divided by 140 without a calculator. I didn't learn how to do long division divided by 100. But by a fraction is a lot simpler.
I'm just going to assume that it will be just.
But this 140. It's not just 100.
What means that? What means that you still like 2 numbers right? Two numbers. That's what means like.
I would suggest we go for easier ways, of course. So this page I will skip. I'll skip this one. This is page 47. Skip the step rate. We will do step rate next week. Okay. But I'll be putting as an SLS lesson on rate. So before we talk about step rate next week, you should try to go on the SLS and watch the video about step rate, so that when we look at it, it is less difficult. Okay, so I repeat again. What's the homework? On. Thank you. So I skip to. Can you find the one that says finding number of units? What's the page? 51. Can you take out your calculator? So now in this part of this is page 51 and page 52, we are looking at the new segment called number of units. So in the chapter of rate, we realize that there's this relationship So yesterday, I was trying to get us to check the checkbox. Checkbox here, find rate, find total amount, find number of units. These are the three main skills for this chapter. Find rate, find total amount, find number of units. We are at the point number 3. We skip the one that talks about step rate. Okay, so let's take a look at that question here. So I find rate, find total, and then find number of units. So right now we are looking at number of units. Here the quantity number 1, dollar sign. Quantity number 2 is hours. So I have price versus money. The question I will ask for how many hours. So based on this, I will write it as $112 is for 8 hours of work. Instead of writing 8 hours is 112, and then 1 hour is 112 divided by 8. This is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to put $102 in front, because that's the item that I want to find. So, and then I will go with $1 instead. So $1 is how much of an hour? That's the question that I'm asking about. So I think about it this way. From 112 become that $1, I must divide by 112. So for the hour, I'll put 8 divided by 112 hours. 14 is 8 divided by 112, not 112 divided by 8. I repeat again. It's not 8 hours. I'm not finding per hour rate. I'm finding per dollar an hour. How many hours per dollar? No, I'm not asking about that yet. I'm asking at here. I want you to be very clear. Which is the unit of measurement that's in front on the left side, and which unit of measurement is at the back? So I need you to be very clear about this. That's why I keep repeating, emphasizing on the unit of measurement. So you realize that over here I wrote these that I cancelled away. So the next step for this is going towards finding $168.
Wow.
So from here, I times 168. So 168 will be 8 out of 112 times 168. She has to work this number of hours to get $168. So one more time I'm saying this, I'm not finding how many dollars per hour, I'm finding how many hours per dollar. How many hours per $1? Find how many hours. The one that I circled in red is what we do previously. Because here it says $112 for 8 hours. Many of us will go and think, so 8 hours is 112. Then 1 hour is this amount. Then you go and 112 divided 8. Then you tell me it's 14. Then your answer is wrong. Okay? So this is dollar per hour. This is hour per dollar. So how many hours is that? 12 hours? I trust your calculations. I'm not using a calculator here. I move on to the next question. Okay? Move on to the next one here. So here, first quantity is number of bottles. The second quantity is time, number of minutes. So the question is asking for how long. You need to figure out what is being asked. Which quantity is in question? I'm given bottles. So previously you probably write like 15 minutes is 750 bottle. So 1 minute equals to 750 divided by 15. Then I was telling you now, no. What we are doing here is finding bottles per minute. But we do not need to find the bottles. The bottle is given already. I don't need the bottles. So I don't need this. What I need is the time. How long will it take? I'm not asking for the answer. So what I want to see is, you are writing, so 750 bottles is 50 minutes. My question for you is, one bottle, how many minutes? $750 bottles in 50 minutes. One bottle take 25. Can't be, right? 15 minutes can make 750 bottles. One bottle, how long does it take? That's correct. So here we are asking minute per bottle, which is different from what is written on the left side. Can you see that fraction coming up? Why is there a fraction? Because I'm dividing by 750. Because it's a calculator question, I don't bother simplifying it. I just carry on with my next steps. So I'm given with the bottle. The bottle is 1,000 bottles. So how long will it take? It'll be 15 out of 750 multiplied by 1,000. Ready? What's the unit? Can you see what I mean by you really need to highlight your unit of measurement now? Yeah, it's getting confusing, right? Yeah, it can be very confusing, I'm telling you. So this is the difficult. That's why I say this is getting more difficult. Minute per bottle versus bottle per minute. So the question is, how can you make this simpler, Mr. Lim? I'm confused. Then my answer will be, really pay attention to what you're writing, the unit of measurement that's stated. Because what you need to find is the minutes. You don't need the bottles, the bottle is given. It's 15 minutes, 750 bottles. So one bottle will take a fraction of a minute. What is the fraction of the minute? 15 out of 100, 750. This is a machine, probably a factory. It's a factory making bottles of Coke, maybe. If you 1 minute produce one bottle, you're very slow. But the machine, for one bottle, it just takes much less than a minute. So no bottle comes out already. Now you try to do these two on your own. Next, 4. So I repeat again now, you have two sets of homework. The first one is the SLS. The first one is what you're working on now. All right. First one is SLS. The second one is what you're working on now. I'm going to add up one additional homework in this question in your textbook. Okay, page 44. One question only. Is that okay? Thank you. I repeat one time. Homework number 1, SLS. As usual, I put a fractional fluency drill on 2 bits as well. So you go on 2 bits, you can get to do it as well. Number 2 is your current set of worksheet 41 to 44, 45, 46. Okay, and then now skip the step rate. We are at these 2 questions. Okay, done already? So now you see why I keep emphasizing you to put in annotations the different unit of measurements. One is square meters and one is dollar. And you have to keep asking yourself, what is it that you need to find? Previously, it's finding rate. So it's like square meter per dollar, dollar per square meter, which is what you're supposed to find. You got to keep asking yourself, what is it I'm supposed to find? So now you're going to find this one because the dollars is given. So again, previously you'll probably be writing 60 meters square meter is this. So 1 square meter is this divided by 16, and then Then I tell you that no, yep, you won't do that because this is dollar per square meter. What we want now is here find square meter per dollar. So I'll put $368 gives me 16 square meter. Because I have the dollar, so I'm not going to find dollar, I'm finding floor area. So on my right side, which is the answer, will be in square meters. So I'm asking $1 is how much? Thank you, Ryan. Square meters. Then from here, I'm given $644. So 16 out of 368 times 644. Press the calculator, you'll get the square meter. Is that okay? Is it difficult? Not really. But honestly, compared to just now, the first start out a bit more difficult, right? Yes, this is a bit more challenging. Because you see the numbers, previously the left side is always a smaller number. The right side is always a bigger number. Now the left side is a bigger number. The right side is a smaller number. It doesn't seem to make sense. But actually it does. Their relationship is still the same. So you think about it, the left side, the in green, is a multiplying relationship. The more you want to cover your area, tile up your floor, the more you need to pay. So on the right side is division. The more you pay, the more you tile up. So if I pay this amount, how much of the floor can I tile up? That's the other change of thinking. So which I think for Pranavika is a good, you should be able to manage this. Why? Because at the start of this week, you already assume the different point of view. As the point of view as a parking attendant versus a point of view as a person who's paying. So right here, the same thing, the same approach. The point of view of, let me find out the cost, that is the price. Versus, let me find out the area, that's square meters. Yes. Oh, hold on now, hold on. I finish up the next one first, okay? Okay, so far? Yeah. So this is what are you? Miss Lim, fraction not enough. Now got decimal. I see I scared already. Okay, never mind. Don't stress first. First quantity, dollar. Second quantity, grams. Then ask yourself, read the question carefully. Are you supposed to find dollars or grams? Yes. So this side will be grams. This side will be dollar. Well, we learn from mistakes.
I don't get it at all.
Stella, don't worry, this is recorded. If you need, you can go back and replay me again and hear the explanation from beginning one more time. Okay? It's good that you feel frustrated. That means you're trying to think through this and how to work this out. Some of our friends was maybe not thinking that much. They may not feel frustrated, but it may not be exactly helpful because they're copying and not thinking. Then I'll be worried because if given a question, will you be able to solve? Okay? So the main guides again, the hints to solve. Number one, do your annotations, find out what are the quantities. Ask yourself, what is the quantity that's given? What is it that needs to be found? The next clue is, Usually, the quantity that needs to be found is on the right side. Yes. I'm about finishing. I have 5 minutes left. I've been talking quite a bit today. Sorry that most of this lesson is me talking. I hope you can understand why I need to do this. I haven't drank a sip of water yet. Now, if this is so confusing, right, you can try to use the division symbol rather than fraction. Let me try to use the division symbol for this. Okay, so from this, right, I want to find, usually you will say, oh, 100 gram is 0.85. So 1 gram is this amount. And then how many grams? 15 grams gives you this times that. But now we are not doing that. It's asking how many kilograms. So this all at the side here. Oops. This on the left side is, I am finding dollar sign as the answer, which is given here. I don't need that. So I will go with, from here, I need to go to $21.25 gives me how many grams? So from here to here, from 0.85 to, you can do it that way, or you can do it as $1. Also can, but the division is different. So if I would say go by $1 is easier. From 0.85 to $1, from $1 to $2. So I have this quantity times 21.25. Which by fraction that we know, I can write as 100 divided by 0.85. Because from here to here, I divide. So I can write like this. Or I can write 100 divided by 0.85 grams. Then I multiply by this. So for $1, I get half of the grams. Do I need to calculate that out? No need yet. The final, I just do it at the final step. Yeah. Is division symbol easier? Yep. That is acceptable as well. So if I rewrite this, let's say I rewrite this. I use a different color, rewrite this, okay? You see whether it makes better sense for you. $368 is 16 meters square. $1 will be 16 divided by 368. Okay? So 644 will be 16 divided by 368 times 644, which will give you the same answer. So this is the same as this. Okay? So for those of us who are really frightened of the fraction, this works as well. Okay? But I think for majority of us, you do 10 more of these questions, you will get it. And see, they're actually not that hard. Okay. Page 52 is the last page of the set, right? Can I just ask again, anybody not clear of the homework? Number 1 is SRS. Number 2 is page 41, 44. skip the to 45, 46, skip 47 to 50, then 51, 52. Is that okay? All right, right? And then the workbook, not the whole worksheet. We are skipping the step break part. Okay? Okay? Then we are done for now. Yes. Yes, you may. Okay? Okay, then we are done today.
I just feel like